Beautiful evening, fellow grown-up children, and welcome to these elite hypnotic bedtime stories for adults. And today I'm very excited to introduce you to this beautiful story that will not only help you to relax very deeply and fall asleep, but also perhaps will inspire you in your life in the most magical and beautiful ways. And today I'm going to take you all the way, far, far away to the planet of absolute clarity. And the reason why I'm taking you there is because when we believe that we need this absolute clarity in our lives, what happens is that we procrastinate, we postpone, and we find ourselves in the waiting place, which is a place of there is no aliveness. We overthink and we try to strategize and we try to figure it out. We try to find this clarity and we are not taking any action. And so perhaps today, not only that you are going to be relaxed and entertained by this beautiful story, but perhaps you will find a little piece of your mind around needing to have this clarity around any situation or topic in your life. And if you venture with me to partake in this beautiful story, perhaps you will be left happier and more inspired exactly where you are in your life right now. And for your comfort and the comfort of your eyes, because I know that the blue light especially sometimes keeps you awake, and this is a bedtime story, so this screen will gradually come to the darkness, will be getting darker and darker gradually until you will simply close your eyes completely and get sucked into the storytelling, into the whimsical world that lies between this reality and the whimsical reality of metaphors representing your deepest subconscious desires. And so today we are going to embark on an adventure with Luna Sterling, who is an ordinary woman about to go on an extraordinary adventure. And so Luna Sterling, in her labyrinth of unfulfilled dreams, faced a ticking clock of ambition, each unfinished melody and blurred photo a reminder of her race against time. Her apartment was a mosaic of her many passions. Cookbooks stacked beside a DSLR camera, sheet music fluttering near her laptop, a half-written novel minimized on her screen. She was a whirlwind of talent and ambition. Yet, at this moment, she sat still, entangled in a web of thoughts. Luna has a distinctive, slightly unruly head of curly hair that seems to have a life on its own, mirroring her creative and free-spirited nature. It's often pulled up in a haphazard bun, with tendrils escaping to frame her face, adding to her approachable and down-to-earth demeanor. Her expressive eyes always alight with thought and curiosity, reflect the myriad of colors in her vibrant world, drawing people into her imaginative realm. Her mind was like a crowded street market. She loved to cook with aroma of spices, was her companion in solitude. Singing was her escape, and her voice a bridge to her soul. And photography, she captured the transient beauty of life. Writing was her deepest passion, weaving words with worlds or worlds with words. Either way, despite these loves, a paralyzing indecision gripped her. Every hobby called to her, but like a flustered child in a toy store, she couldn't choose which one to turn into a business and a lifelong passion. Her Instagram, a colorful exhibit of her many interests, now felt like a mocking reminder of her scattered focus. The pressure to choose, to excel in one, weighed heavily. She questioned her path every day, overthinking each step until the path blurred completely. Guilt was her constant companion, whispering of wasted potential. She longed for clarity, for a sign pointing unequivocally to her true calling. But life offered no such direction. The ticking of the clock in her silent apartment was a reminder of passing time, of dreams waiting to be chosen and lived. As Luna Sterling lies in her bed, her body begins to relax. Each muscle softening like butter melting under the warm sun. And her toes uncurl, releasing the day's wanderings, and her feet becoming light as feathers. The relaxation travels upward, turning her legs into serene streams, flowing effortlessly into a sea of tranquility. Her stomach, often a fluttering butterfly of thoughts, settles into a gentle, rhythmic breathing, mimicking the peaceful rise and fall of ocean waves. Her arms, the branches that reach for the stars in her many endeavors, now rest by her side, as weightless as shadows at dusk. Her fingers, dancers of creativity, unclasp their ballet of the day, finding stillness. And Luna's neck and shoulders, carries of her worldly burdens, ease into the soft embrace of her pillow, and each tension knot unwinding like a ball of yarn in the paws of a playful kitten. Her head, a treasury of dreams and ideas, sink deeper into the cloud of her pillow, and thoughts dissolving into the ether or ether of relaxation. And so one night, in a quest for distraction, Luna turned to her iPhone. As she scrolled and scrolled, a quote caught her eye. It said, "In the pursuit of clarity, we often miss the unexpected." The irony wasn't lost on her, and then something bizarre happened. Her screen rippled like a puddle disturbed by a playful raindrop. Curiosity piqued. Luna touched the screen again, and this time it swallowed her hand, then her arm, and in a blink she was pulled through like spaghetti through a pasta maker. Luna landed with a soft thud on a surface that felt suspiciously like cloud fluff. She gazed around, her eyes wide with wonder. The planet she found herself on shimmered with an unnatural clarity. The sky was as gradient of colors that would put her Instagram filters to shame. The inhabitants moved with an eerie precision, their faces serene but eerie blank. They were like living, breathing bullet journals, every action and thought nearly categorized and executed with robotic efficiency. As Luna explored, the absurdity of absolute clarity unfolded before her. The beings communicated in bullet points, their conversations a bizarre exchange of efficient but soulless snippets. They made decisions with the swiftness of Google search, devoid of the delicious agony of choice. Any misunderstandings were as alien to them as they were to Luna. Their art was perfectly symmetrical, and their music a series of harmonious but predictable notes. Their world was a carousel of predictability, spinning with the dizzying monotony of perfect order and clarity. Luna watched, a mix of amusement and sadness stirring within her. Their world, while a marvel of efficiency and clarity, was a desert devoid of the oasis of creativity and emotional depth. In the planet of relentless clarity, Luna's thoughts drifted to her own beautifully muddied world. She recalled the times when her indecision seemed like a tangled ball of yarn, frustrating yet filled with potential. Like the time she procrastinated on her novel, only to stumble into a conversation with a stranger, a complete stranger at a coffee shop. And that chat sprinkled with whimsical ideas and had steered her story into enchanted and unexpected waters, birthing a plot twist that even she hadn't seen coming. Or the afternoons spent aimlessly strumming her guitar, lost in thought, only to find a melody emerging from the chaos of chords, a melody that spoke more about her inner turmoil than any well-planned composition could. In these moments of confusion and delay, creativity had often bloomed like a wildflower in an unexpected crack in the sidewalk, vibrant and defiant. And this planet, with its rigid clarity, was like a meticulously planned garden. But Luna's world was a delightful jungle, untamed and brimming with surprises. Embraced by this newfound appreciation, Luna prepared to leave this planet of unyielding precision. As she stepped back through the portal, she carried with her a treasure trove of revelations. Back in her apartment, Luna viewed her former quest for clarity with a playful eye. She remembered the comical moments, like when she created a spreadsheet to categorize her hobbies, a futile attempt to bring order to her passions, or the time she tried to schedule inspiration, marking her calendar with "invent something brilliant at 3 p.m., only to find herself baking cupcakes instead. Now she saw the beauty in these absurd attempts. Each quote-unquote failure to focus was actually a step into a new adventure. Her kitchen mishaps led to impromptu dinner parties. Her photography detours captured fleeting moments of beauty that planned shoots never could. And Luna's biggest epiphany came when she revisited her half-written novel. She realized that the richness of her story came from the many of experiences she had gone through. Each hobby, each distraction, or what she labeled as distraction, had woven a thread into the fabric of her own story. And with this new understanding, Luna approached her life with a lighter heart. She allowed herself to float on the waves of her interests, no longer trying to swim against them. Her music became more soulful, her cooking more adventurous, and her photography more authentic, and her writing more profound. Luna understood now that the beauty of life lay in its unpredictability. The richness of her experiences wasn't despite her lack of clarity, but because of it. She learned to dance in the rain of uncertainty, embracing each droplet as a catalyst for creativity. As Luna settled into bed that night, her mind no longer raced with the shoulds and coulds. Instead, it soared with the possibilities of what ifs, and she drifted into sleep, not with plans and strategies, but with dreams of endless potential.